Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a review on Molochs Landspeeder. So, I had bought this for 50 bucks. New in box. I have the box right here, actually. I had the box right here. Where did I put it? Here it is. I have the box right here. I built it, and I actually recorded myself building the speeder and rambling like last time. The problem is I got a bit too carried away with my ramblings and started talking about subject matter that shouldn't be talked about in a Lego video. You guys know, like, my videos are not really for kids or just for like people who are into hobby. Like, 25-year-olds is like, hey, I want to buy the land speeder on eBay for 50 bucks and all that. Like, those kind of people, not kids and all that. Like, and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm talking about conspiracy theories that shouldn't be talked about to a child. And I keep forgetting that these are toy reviews, so kids are going to watch it. So I, I have, so yeah, even though I do like inappropriate jokes and all that, I still got to kind of hold myself back sometimes. And it's like, yeah, and the video is 2 hours long. I don't think anybody's going to sit here and watch me build a Lego set for 2 hours, rambling about freaking nonsense and going off on tangents. It got to the point that I was talking about demonology and the history of demons and all that, and fights I got on Twitter about it in order to just describe the character. So yeah, it was a very crazy night. And I kind of regret it because I could have gotten a cheaper version, like $10 cheaper, if I had not bought it new in box. But anyway, and I don't mind opening a new in box Lego Star Wars set because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I probably will scrap whatever I buy. Okay, and Lego Star Wars is Legos in general is like, they're different than Nerf guns new in the box because you could just build the set anyway by just parting it out. It's nothing special having an inbox except that you have the figures there. And honestly, if I'm going to sell the figures, I'm not going to sell them in the box. Okay, I'll make more money parting it out pretty much. So, a neat little thing I want to show off, though, I do have Han Solo's Landspeeder. But weirdly enough, I got one that's mirrored. I got this at a game exchange. I think this is, again, this shows the whole, I believe this was parted out to be built. So I got another one, and I don't know if Han's speeder is busted on the side. But if I had one more of these pieces right here, I probably would fill it all out. If you all want to see a filled out version, just ask. Because I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But yeah, that's interesting that I have that. So let's get on to the review. So this is a I think buy the book, The Epic and Cassius Crossroads, authorhouse.com. Also, I forgot to chill out the book in that video. So yeah, so even if that video was popular, it's like, darn. So I might as well do that. And I also want to do another thing because I was talking about another video idea I had, and I pretty much said the whole video in that whole rambling. Like, and it made me think, like, okay, well, I propose a challenge to y'all. Okay. First, I should ask the question, do you want me to have a rant video that could be like 40 minutes long about Lego Battle Packs? Okay? And in this, it's like, do I buy some brand new battle packs and I'm gonna pre-build them, but I buy brand new battle packs and the box is wrong. I just noticed that. What in the world? I guess it's just too long. If you look at that grill piece looks very long compared to what it's supposed to be. Anyway, so do you want me to buy some battle packs, like somewhere between the battle packs I'm gonna buy are the Mando one, the 501st, and the Death Trooper one. Okay, those are the battle packs I want to buy. And the reason why is the Mando one, I want to combine the terrain. I already have that set. I don't need to buy it, but I just want to combine the terrain. It's a point of concept. 501st, because it's just a good battle pack. And the Death Trooper one, because it's expensive and it's a bad battle pack. So that's what I want to do. And just tell me if, like, oh, I just need the 501st and the Death Trooper, or I just tell me, like, no, I don't have to do it. Just get like a bunch of my Blacktron figures or random figures, put them together and kind of use them as examples and all that. But so you could just tell me which would you prefer of that. I might put up a poll. But the challenge is this: should I make a perfect battle pack? Just make a mock using the limitations a Lego designer will have. So, and that means that I have to have it within the proper price range, which means instead of just buying the battle packs, instead of doing this, should I make 3 battle packs, $10 pack, $15 pack, $20 pack? Okay, but make them perfect, like how they should be, to be sold in stores, using the stipulations that the Lego designers have, which you gotta have 4 figures, and you have to have a certain amount of parts within the price range, because that's the thing. They give you, like, make a $50 set. That's why you get, like, little tiny builds, like the lamppost. It's like, okay, we got some extra parts. Here we go. We're not going to drop the price by $5. We're going to sell it to, that's how they do it. It's BS. But anyway. So, do you want me to do that, or just essentially do it for free, or just go buy some battle packs, okay? Because I'll part it out in Bricklink and all that, too. And anything. I don't think I need to, but I will do it if I have to. So, anyway. On to the review. So, the Moloch Landspeeder is, it's a, I wanted to do research on this thing, but it's like a one-time thing. They're made from, like, task heavy transports. The truck, it's supposed to be like a desert truck and everything, and you put the cargo in the back. It's a truck, and you get that kind of vibe to it and everything like that. It's like, just by looking at it, big beefy thing and all that. Kind of has the front grill and everything like that. So, but it's a one-person thing. That's what I don't like about it. It should be, because it's a truck, it should have more room. And there's a bunch of empty space in this thing, too. And all that. And in the instruction manual, and this is why I kind of like doing instruction manual builds with y'all, I messed up twice because the gray color, and the tan piece look too similar to each other on the instructions, but also it's like, the instructions were pretty bad in that they kind of had they didn't bother to turn the thing around. It's just a picture, like where you put it, but no, they have you like, oh, you got to put that right over here and all that. But anyway, so yeah. So onto the figures we have here. Moloch. This is interesting. This game put my conspiracy theory hat on, and I'm old school conspiracy theorist, and this is the reason why I really couldn't post the other video, because I started talking about conspiracy theories, and it's like, and not to go into full detail, but it involved a certain island. Yeah, so yeah, it's my conspiracy theory is like, why do they have a character named after a biblical demon or pagan god and all that stuff. Apparently, he's named after a poem, which just happens where poets use the names of famous things to in their poems and all that stuff. H.P. Lovecraft did that, and I'm like, okay. And George Lucas does that too. He names things after like Greek gods and stuff like that. Like I think Naboo's named after an Egyptian god. But why Moloch of all of them? Moloch is the one that the was it the Israelites or the Canaanites who sacrificed the children to? That wasn't. It's that one. But the thing is with the name Moloch is that it's not also a name, but it's also an action. The action of actually doing the sacrifice. So, and I had to do a little research on him because I didn't watch the movie. Because with me, it's like Star Wars ship design and Landspeeder design is just so perfect that I will put a Blacktron guy in this, or a Benny or Squid Man or something. Well, he can't fit because of the air tanks, but they're standing up. He could fit. Yeah, no, that's pretty nice actually. See, I will have them use something like this because it's just good uniform design. So it got me thinking, like, why Moloch and all that. So a bit of me thinks, because they say they're referencing the poem, either they are dumb and don't know the name Moloch, or they don't know that, or they're being edgy. It's like an edgelord. Like, yes, I should have the child. I should have the child say the name, and I should corrupt him. I shall corrupt the innocent. Yes, my master. Yes, corrupt the innocent, steal their souls. And he kind of looks like a goat, kind of like a goat. He's supposed to be a worm though, but he kind of has like a kind of goat or bovine appearance to him. The Moloch is, and he is like an eldritch horror. So that is kind of weird in the that you have these like these weird overlaps with each other, because and it does bug me because it does feel like, yeah, there's some corruption of the innocent going on here, but again, and for the life of me, I can't even think of like a character who has a name like that. Star Wars names are kind of weird. Like, you got Weeble, you got Bane Malar, you got Dash Rendar, you got freaking Brock Starsher, Salacious B. Crumb, Sly Sloodles. A lot of alliteration. Newt Gunray. Like even like characters who are based off something like Newt Gunray, who's Newt Gingrich. You have that alliteration right there. And all that. So Wooher. It's just like the very alliteration kind of names. Or just very punny names like Elias Scumbagio. But never just a direct name like Moloch. Like even the name, like Luke is like, okay, that's a real name. But Obi-Wan, no. And Anakin is not like an actual name. But yeah. So that was my conspiracy theory. Somebody on the writing team was a bit of an edgelord when they did that. And there probably is like, maybe there's some symbolism with the whole, like, Han being an orphan thing or something like that. Maybe there's some symbolism they want with that. Or maybe it's something to do with the poem. And that's why. But really, like, this day and age, my brain is like, no, there's something up here. Like, yeah. But that aside, let's go back to the other figures. We got Rebolts right here, who's just another goon. Look at that printing, though. It's pretty nice. Everything. But I just want him for his hat. I'm probably going to take his hat. He's dual-moded. And you got the Corellian Hounds, which I already have some of these because I got the 2 Landspeeders that came with them on. I like these. Lego needs to make more alien molds. I love the aliens. I'm probably going to use these in like future mocks, space box. Like maybe a Black Tron Beastmaster. Imagine that. So let's look at the actual speeder. Look how big it is compared to the figures. Look at that. Okay, and it's like, how did they get in it? And that's my toilet. I could see them getting into the Landspeeder right here. I could see them hopping in there, but even this is a little tall. And also they're on suspension. They're supposed to be a little lower to the ground. Look at the wheels. Very interesting design. Look like how these are connected. I'm going to show you guys this. This actually, I was like, oh wow, I'm going to use this later. They get some clip pieces together. Like, oh, I did not know this technique. So I'm going to use this later. But yeah. Really cool stuff here. I don't like that this just sits in there, but they got a little like food thing for stuff. I think to hold the staff as well. And I think Rebolt could sit in. How does he? Yeah, no, Rebolt could sit in there. And also you got to stand up a figure and it looks fine too. So yeah, it's a pretty good looking vehicle. It gives me this brutalism look to it. Like this looks like a kind of 1950s muscle car, or is it the 60s? It's the 50s muscle car look. This gives me brutalism. Like this was built in the Soviet Union. It's like yes, comrade, we have made vehicle that works. You shake up the oil thing to make it work. That was an actual thing. Yeah, it works perfectly fine. He's rushing down my head. I sell it to you. Give me rubles. Give me rubles. Your credit don't work here. All I want is real money. I sound like my buddy Ruski. So, anyway, so yeah. And I gotta admit, I love this thing. I think this is a really cool vehicle. It has like a practical usage with the whole trunk. And I kind of wish there was like a little bit more to it, but you could fit a whole minifigure in there. Look at that. That's where you hide the bodies. I think you could fit a couple of skeletons back there. Oh no, Rebolt, comrade. What, comrade? Anyway, so. And the seat is nice and works for every figure. And I love I think this is the cutest thing, that it has this little cage for the Corellian Hounds. You can fit 2 of them in there. I love this. And I think that this is, like, looking at the design philosophy with this, it's like, oh, this has to be for more storage as well. And I'm wondering, like, can another figure fit in there? Sort of, if you remove a piece or 2, but let's see. Let's try to. Yeah, look, he could fit inside there. Yeah. Yeah, look, he could fit in there. So, I think with some modification, you can do more with this set. Because, again, it is a truck. Like, you could probably make this more of a truck. And all that. Like, just taking out some pieces. Yeah, it almost fits. It almost works. But does that make it like, does it make it worth it? And having built it, it surprisingly uses a lot of like little tiny pieces, little plates and all that stuff to make it look proper. I'm going to take this off. And there's a lot of like empty space in it. Let me take this tile off. Maybe I could show it off. Like under these bricks. So look at that. It's not really filled in there. But I know you could do more with it. Like if this is the engine block right here. Like all of this empty space, you could probably like expand this and all that. So modding it is pretty good and all that. So, and let me see if I can take this off. This is a whole build right here. This whole piece. It's a plate. There we go. So yeah, you have the bed of the truck and all that. Maybe you could attach a gunner to it, because again, it's a truck. You should be able to attach a gun to it. And how these are connected too is pretty cool. Oh no, I forgot that. Let's see. I'm gonna take that off. Look at that. See, it's a pretty interesting build. Like it's just a really good bunch of small little parts compared to big ones, and I kind of want to move the stud shooter, but it kind of works. It looks okay. It looks like what it looks like in the movie, so it's not that bad so long as you just keep the studs off of it. And I've seen people try to fire the stud shooter all wrong. So I'm gonna load it up. I feel like Solo should have been a rated R movie. Like there are a lot of scenes. Like from what I've seen, it's like, this could have been this should have been a war movie. This should have been more gritty, and all that. But, yeah. So I've seen people try to like fire like this. Like, no, you don't have a good grip, right there. You can, but you don't have a good grip. But you see, there's like a notch right there. So it's like, even that is a little hard, but you can do it. But that's not how you do it. You do it freestyle, like wiki 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 wiki. See, works a bit better. But yeah, it's not a good mechanism at all. So you should either seek to replace it or just change out the part or something, and just not use it at all, because you don't really need that kind of. You don't need all these stud shooters like this. Like this Han Solo's car need it. Like really, like, does it even fire in the movie? You just ram into each other. Bunch of goons. Like it's Homer Simpson's just like, oh, stupid women drivers. Or it's like that scene from Tommy Boy where he's playing with the cars on the guy's desk. He's like, oh, you're going around with the family, and the kids are in the back going, I need a pee, and shut up, dude. And then you're like, oh, God, you crash. And then here comes the paddy wagon and all that. And you got one guy barfing up and his guts out in the back and everything. Like, oh, God, why? He lights it on fire. If you haven't seen Tommy Boy, you gotta watch that. That's a good movie. That's a good, funny movie. And there's just this moment where he's just doing this, essentially, on some guy's desk. And it's the funniest scene in the whole movie. I forgot about it. I rewatched it recently, and I laughed my guts out. It was so good. But yeah, so should you buy it? I don't think you really need the figures. I think by itself it's actually pretty worth it. It's just they don't sell for that much. They're pretty decent deals, really. You could buy one missing the figures for like $35, or having one of the figures and the clowns for like $35. I was actually offered one that much. And this thing retailed for $40, so that's a pretty decent price. You could get them without it for like $30, $25, which I think is a bit too much. Like $20 is really without the figures. Oh, and a decent price. And that kind of gets me to the whole, like, do you think we would actually buy the Star Wars vehicles without the figures if they were a lot cheaper? Like $10, $15 off. But with the figures, like $50, I'm not disappointed in this. I like this. It has that, I like the look of it. I like how it feels and all that. I like its functionality. The figures are pretty cool by themselves and all that. So yeah, it's pretty sturdy too. Despite, like, you saw me how taking it apart, like, this thing is sturdy and all that. So yeah, no, it's pretty good. But it's just a conspiracy theory about, like, are they corrupting your kids? And here's the thing, you guys probably think, like, Al's just being crazy again. Okay, he's crazy. Remember, they made a character named P. Squiddy, based off P. Diddy, who is a bad guy. And the thing is, about what we know about Diddy is P. Squiddy here likes to collect goo. Yes, he collects goo. Slime. That's an actual thing he does. That's in his lore. He has slime. Like barrels of slime. So, what does Lego know about Diddy? That's the question right here. What does Lego know about Diddy? And why is Moloch in a set? Huh? Now the thinking cap is there. Like, because they didn't need to put Moloch in there. They could have just had Revolt and that would have been fine. But it's like, that's interesting. Now you know about Squiddy there. You know about his horrible crimes that he has committed. And he walked too. He walked on those crimes. Okay? Brick Daddy, he couldn't walk, okay? Freaking. And Brick Daddy, they locked him in the closet too. Okay, see, I'm making appropriate jokes. Okay, thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Go watch Tommy Boy. Okay, bye-bye.